Hey guys, this is Karan Banani from Mobi Scrub, and today we have the Galaxy Mega 6.3 and the Galaxy Mega 5.8 versus the Galaxy Grand. This comparison is very important because those who want to buy the Galaxy Grand would want to stretch themselves and want to buy the Mega 5.8 or the Mega 6.3. Anyway, so the Mega 6.3 is obviously a lot bigger than the Galaxy Grand, given the fact that it has a 6.3-inch display. And the device is really big and it almost qualifies as a tablet. Now, this has the Galaxy S4 appearance. The look and feel is the same as the Galaxy S4 in the Mega 6.3. At the back, you can see that it has the diamond patterned rear panel, whereas the Galaxy Grand is pretty plain and simple. Now, when compared to the Mega 5.8, now these devices look quite similar. Even their display technologies are quite similar, except the Mega has a slightly higher resolution, and we'll talk about this more. Now, as you can see, the Mega 5.8 is not a lot bigger in width as compared to the Galaxy Grand, maybe in height a little bit, and more or less they're of the same thickness. From a pure specifications point of view, the Mega 6.3 and 5.8 are running the latest Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean, whereas the Grand is still running the slightly older version, which is 4.1.2 Jelly Bean. Hopefully, Grand would receive an update soon, so all of them are going to be on the same platform. The other difference majorly lies in the fact that Mega 6.3 is running a 1.7 GHz dual-core processor, the Mega 5.8 at 1.4 GHz dual-core processor, and the Grand at just 1.2 GHz dual-core processor. Apart from that, there are obvious differences between the displays, and I'll talk about that next. The Mega 6.3 leads the race with a 6.3-inch display and a resolution of 720 by 1280 pixels. The Mega 5.8 has a 5.8-inch display with a low resolution of 540 by 960 pixels, and the Galaxy Grand has a 5-inch display with a resolution of 480 by 800 pixels. The Mega 6.3 has a better display technology than the Mega 5.8 and the Galaxy Grand in that it has better colors and better viewing angles, and we'll talk more about this in the video ahead. In terms of pure benchmarks, I'm not going to get into details, but these are the Antutu benchmarks scores, and as you can see, the Mega 6.3 leads with a score of 13,544 as compared to the Mega 5.8, which is only at 8,306, and the Galaxy Grand being the least, well, obviously because it has the smallest processor as compared to the other two devices. The Mega 6.3 has a regular SIM card slot and a micro SD card slot, both of them at the same place, and a 3200 mAh battery. The Mega 5.8 has two micro SIM card slots. It's a dual SIM phone, a 64GB micro SD slot, and a 2600 mAh battery. The Galaxy Grand is a dual SIM phone with two regular SIM card slots. There's a micro SD card slot, which is 64GB expandable right beneath the battery, and a 2100 mAh battery. On the Mega 6.3 at the top, you've also got an IR LED port, so it can be used as a remote control to pretty much change channels or control any television. So these are the rear panels, all of them plastic with polycarbonate glaze on top. But the difference is that Mega 6.3 and the Mega 5.8 has this diamond pattern that you see on the left. Now, the Galaxy Mega devices are running Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean, which is the latest version of Android, whereas Grand is running a slightly older version of Jelly Bean, which is 4.1.2. Now, the Mega devices thus can have lock screen widgets. So these are basically shortcuts that you can place on the lock screen, and they can be really helpful, so you can pretty much access information without unlocking your screen at all. Now, when you unlock the screens, the TouchWiz interface looks quite similar. So you've got app screens and you've got home screens, but the Mega devices are running the latest version of TouchWiz, which is called Nature UX, and they're very, very responsive. So is the Grand, but the Grand lags at certain points, whereas the Mega devices are slightly less laggy as compared to the Galaxy Grand. With Android 4.2.2, Samsung has brought about a few changes in the notification area, and as you can see that quick setting toggles can now be customized and prioritized as per your preferences. Even the settings panel has changed. They're now categorized under 4 different categories like My Device, Accounts, More, and Connections, whereas on the Galaxy Grand, it's pretty much still a list. The Galaxy Mega devices come with a bunch of preloaded applications such as the S Translator, Story Album, Watch On, a new version of Group Play, which also streams music across different devices, TripAdvisor, Samsung Link, and even a new version of S Voice, which is absent in the Galaxy Grand. Samsung has uniquely introduced a landscape view because of the large display area of the Galaxy Mega devices. So you can operate the device even in landscape mode, whereas in the Galaxy Grand, you can't do that. In terms of operation, the Galaxy Grand can be single-handedly used, whereas the Galaxy Mega 6.3 is a far cry. I mean, there is just no way that you can, apart from scrolling, you cannot do anything on the Galaxy Mega 6.3 without using two hands. Same goes for Galaxy Mega. You can pretty much scroll or even flip pages if you're using Flipboard. On the Galaxy Grand, it's a lot easier, but the Mega, you just cannot. With the new Android 4.2.2, Samsung has brought about a unique change in the camera interfaces of its Galaxy devices. Now you have this wheel sort of a thing wherein all modes come as image thumbnails, and it's really interesting and fun to select different modes. However, in the Galaxy Grand, it's pretty much old school. So, you've got the same bunch of scene modes, shooting modes, and filter effects. Now, in the Galaxy Mega devices, as you can see, there are filter effects. They're just displayed in a different manner, but they're pretty much the same. So, it's a new look, but old tricks. And you've got similar color effects in the Galaxy Grand. It was the Galaxy S4 that has really interesting and fun to use Instagram-ish color effects or filters. There are more settings to be offered with the Galaxy Mega devices, especially in the Galaxy Mega 6.3, which also offers voice control. So you can take pictures by just saying things like cheese or smile or capture. The Galaxy Mega 6.3 also features remote viewfinder, which is absent in both these devices. And the remote viewfinder is really interesting. You can watch my video on the Galaxy Mega 6.3 camera to know more about it. Now, other options are quite similar. So, you can play with the metering modes. You can play with white balance, exposure levels, change the resolution of your video or your photo. And you can configure your volume key to be your shutter key. So, and that's really handy. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to say was that the shutter speeds are really high on all three devices. So you can take time-sensitive shots really quickly. So, you press the shutter key and bam, it takes the picture instantly. So shutter lags are almost zero. In terms of display, the Galaxy Mega has a better display technology as compared to the Galaxy Grand. The Mega 5.8 is a regular TFT screen, QHD display. But, in terms of viewing angles, in terms of color reproduction and brightness, the Galaxy Mega 5.8 is definitely a step ahead from the Galaxy Grand. The Galaxy Grand keeps shifting colors and basically the colors keep washing away as you change the viewing angles, whereas the Galaxy Mega 5.8 retains them quite well. When compared to the Galaxy Mega 6.3, it's a very unfair comparison. The Galaxy Mega 6.3 has a super clear LCD and a higher resolution as compared to the Grand. The Mega 6.3 has much better colors, better saturation, better contrast, and very wide viewing angles. Now, the 6.3 also features Air View, so you can pretty much hover your finger over, web pages, over speed dial previews, and images to get a preview of what they are. I would like to conclude by saying that if size is not an issue, then the Galaxy Mega devices are definitely a better option. They're better performing, the displays are better, they have better processors and RAM. Whereas the Galaxy Grand does suffer, and I've heard quite a few complaints about its performance issues, and that it tends to slow down, it tends to hang a lot, and things like that. So the Galaxy Mega devices are definitely newer. They have the latest Android version and just better performing in general. Thank you guys, and do not forget to subscribe.